Borderlands 4 had a ton of changes today. I'm going to cover the updates for you now. As usual, on the bottom is the location for Maurice's Black Market vending machine. Start at Rustical Hurl, and you can start at Rustical Hurl and follow along for the location of the Black Market vending machine. There were a ton of changes in today's updates, mostly quality of life, but there were some balance changes that I'll go over here quickly for our builds going forward in the future. First off, Rafa's Soltado skill is now should be working properly with 2 skill points. Booming Business should also work with additional skill points in beyond its cap. Temerario should provide the intended gun damage bonus rather than damage increase, so these will be interesting for some of our Rafa builds going forward. Harlow's 0-point action skills should now enter cooldown when used on enemies immune to stasis. If you've used that, you know that didn't work in the past. And then additionally, all Vault Hunters got critical hit calculation, so gun enhancement damage is applying correctly to valid hits. Going into gear balancing, Dark Beast, Prince Harming, Onslaught, Ruby's Grass, Lucky Clover, Valmoose, Ashes Rise all got increases to their damages. Some looking at like the Onslaught increased by 75%. And additionally, Dark Beast has an explosion chance from 5% to 20%, and its damage was increased, which I've used that before. I like that gun, but it doesn't really do that much damage, so this would be a new one to try out in some of our all gun builds. And then finally, there's a firmware balance for Get Throwing, Dadio, Rubber Bandman, Jacked, Atlas EX, Atlas Infinium, Real Big Fist, and Airstrike, all getting buffs to their firmware. So those would be interesting going forward, especially things like the Get Throwing where the ordnance damage is increased 10 to 35%, looking at something like Ordnance Amon or an Ordnance Rafa build. That's it for the weekly update notes. I posted another short with the big news coming from today, so be sure to check that out. Subscribe for more Borderlands 4 content. See ya!